I just got done watching a video about a guy who's picking up trash on his apartment condo property. And at the end of the video, 8 police officers had been called out because they thought that he was trespassing and because they thought that he was a danger with his trash bucket and his little stick thing to pick up trash. The other day I read an article, which thank God it didn't pass, but the fact that it's even floating around. The other day I read an article that women who decide to have an abortion for any given reason would potentially, the law that was wanting to be passed, which it did not get passed, which I don't believe that it would ever be passed. It's just insane to think that it's even a conversation. But that a woman that makes a choice with her body to get an abortion. Now, I'm not going to state necessarily my direct opinion on this right this very second, but probably will somewhere in here. But that she could be given the death sentence. I also read another article that a law was wanting to get passed, that people were wanting to pass a law to fine men $100 for each and every time that they masturbated. Crazy. It's fucking crazy. Our world is crazy. We live in this time where everything is so open and so in our faces, and it's like we live in this, I don't know, it's like Hollywood is constantly creating all around us. And some of the stuff you're just like, this shit can't be going down, right? Like this is absolutely crazy. I'm still blown away by this man who happened to be a black man, a very light-skinned black man, nice-looking guy, was dressed decent. And because he was picking up trash on his property, he ended up having an officer say that he felt threatened and called in 7 other officers. This hits home because my son-in-law, my daughters, everybody's seen pictures of my grandson, my precious, precious grandson. And here's the reality. In 20 years from now, that could be my grandson. My grandson could be standing there picking up fucking trash on his apartment property and could have 8 officers pointing guns at him like this man was. For picking up trash. And why? Because of the color of his skin? Not right. Not right at all. Our world today should nowhere nearly be in this caveman version of understanding, and we proclaim to be so this and that and smart and intelligent and about freedom and about rights. And there is a war. There is a war on our liberties. There is a war on our rights. There is a war not just on the United States. It is a world war. Because the shit is going down everywhere. Everywhere. And I used to be very, very conspiracy minded. And I still am. I just keep most of that shit to myself. I keep my eyes open. I know what to look for. I have people who work for the government that are close in my life. I have people who work for different forces and different things who just, leak just enough that I go, yeah, that's out there. That's happening. Pretty intelligent. I can read up on things really quick. I understand things pretty quick. So research is a talent of mine. And I remember years ago I started doing research about a whole bunch of different stuff, and it got so negative that all my energy got really, really negative around it, and my world, my internal world, just started to crash. I started going into a depression. I got so angry. My patriotism wanted to come out, but there wasn't a place for it to come out. I mean, I could go and I could march and I could do this and I could, stand and proclaim and donate my time and my energy and even resources, finances to different things. But at the end of the day, none of it really matters because it's all a fucking detour. It's all a detour. It's keeping us bogged down in negativity. It's keeping us bogged down in fear and in doubt. It keeps us harnessed in these ideas of, like what they're pointing us at this and what is really going on. And I always keep that in my mind. It's like this war on women that we have going on right now. And I am not I'm like a feminist, but not a feminist, because I think that the feminist movement, and sorry ladies who are feminists, you might hate me after this, but I kind of think that the feminist movement really fucked us all over. It did. It took away our feminine spirits. It turned us into all men, into this masculine energy, and it put us out there in this dog eat dog world and fighting with all the guys and trying to prove that we had something that we don't need to have, or that even if we do have, what the fucking matter does it make to anything? Being a strong woman means to be vulnerable. Being a strong woman means to find your flow, be in your rhythm, let your light shine, be strong in who you are. Guess what? Being a strong man means the same stuff. We're human beings. We're all part of the same fucking family. And I look at these stories, and yeah, I have different personal stories that I could share about abortion, about miscarriage, about rape, about sexual trauma. I've got all of that, and then some. I felt all those abuses. I have family members who I see, because I have an interracial family, or a family that has so many different, and I look at my family as far as those people that are closest to me. It's not just blood. My family is not just blood. Sure, my children are my family. And then I have my other close family, my brothers, my sisters, my in-laws. They're not blood, but you know what? Even though they're divorced in-laws, they're still my family. They're my mom and my dad still. My ex's brothers are still my brothers. Always will be. My high school boyfriend, he's my brother. My high school besties are still my brother and sister. And my friends today, no matter what race they are, I have really close friends that are Hawaiian Mexican. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of shit going on there. Building walls, taking away rights on the islands, destroying shit. It's segregation at a whole new level, and it's fear of all this different stuff. And what does it do? It has us where we still walk down the street, and if somebody else doesn't look like us, if somebody else doesn't dress like us, if somebody else doesn't talk like us, there's got to be something wrong with them. They've got to be a danger. They need to be put down. We treat each other like we're rabid, strayed dogs. We don't treat our animals much better. It's a whole nother topic. It's really, really fucking crazy, isn't it? All this stuff that's going on in our world. I mean, I just encourage you, I guess today, as I sat there, I started my morning with, I got up, not feeling great, going, am I even going to do this day? How am I going to go about this day? Like, yesterday I felt good. Today I don't feel good. It's just like my sinuses and everything. And I sat down on the couch, and I went and I started reading a newsletter from my mentor, and she was kicking my ass. And then the first story out was this drama with a child, and this victim mode coming from a teenager. And now teenagers do this. Teenagers are great. I've had my fair share of teenagers, and teenagers are great at being a victim. Teenagers are great at really painting pictures that don't exist. But we live in this world today that you can paint a picture that doesn't exist, and you can destroy somebody else's whole life. And for what? For this split second, this glimmer of I'm in the spotlight because you're going to feel sorry for me, because I'm a victim, feel bad, because, oh, I didn't agree with you, so I'm going to really prove it to you. I'm going to destroy your life. Your life, the next 5 years, 10 years, 20, the rest of your life. still have this whole drama and trauma going on with 3 little boys that I count as my grandchildren. They mean the world to me. And to watch everything that's happened over the course of this week with them, and I go, this is all built on lies. Everything on one side of it is built on lies. It's built on this victim mindset. This mindset of, oh, if I cry enough tears, if I make up enough stories, if I spin enough webs, then somebody's going to go, oh, let's go fuck up this person's world over here. Let's destroy their world. Let's paint that picture. Because why? That's not being human. That's below human status in my book. I mean, like, to be humane, to be human means to actually have a fucking soul and heart. And even if you're not very intelligent, god damn it, like, you still know what's right and wrong. You still know what's right and wrong. And the things that are happening, whether it is on somebody's home front, where stories are being concocted and children are making up tales, guess what? The reason why our children can make up these tales and paint these fictional stories and cause the drama and do this shit that they're doing is because we're not raising them right. I know that I hear some of the stuff that my kids bring home from their friends, and I hear some of the stuff from other people that have kids. And I go, why is my kid acting like this? You know? And I go, seriously, some of it I've never dealt with. 7 children, I still haven't dealt with it. And I go, you know, my odds are pretty good that I should deal with this stuff, right? Like, I really should. My parenting is completely different than what 98% of people's parenting is. And I'm damn fucking proud of my parenting because I have great relationships with my kids, because my kids, they own up to their shit pretty good. They don't always, not when they're younger. No, they have their lessons. But there is an openness, there is a communication, there is an understanding that they're going to be held responsible, but they're going to be loved through it. They're not going to be shamed for learning. They're not going to be shamed for messing up. They're not going to be shamed for having an opinion. They're not going to be shamed for being themselves. But what is all these tales that I'm spinning this morning for you guys about? Victimhood, shame, lies. Guess what? The lies that we hate to hear, they come about because of the shame that we put on people, the shame that we carry. And because we believe that it is normal and right and even good. Like, this is how we are part of the crowd. This is how we are part of the community, is to be a victim. Our relationship skills get foundation in victimhood. Foundation in our trauma, foundation in the negative. There's plenty of people that go, well, I just haven't had enough negative shit happen today, so I need to create something. Ooh, I need to create something because I feel empty without there being some drama in my life today. Yet we look out into the world and we go, you know, oh yeah, over there in this country, they're, you know, removing the hoods of young girls' clitorises, holding them down and removing. That's bad. That's evil. It's horrible. That is horrible. That should not be happening. But then here in the United States and other parts of the world, but definitely in the United States, we hold down a baby boy soon after he's born and we remove the circumcision skin. Well, that circumcision skin is exactly the same as the clitoral hood. Guess what? When a little boy has that done, there's no painkiller. There's no nothing. He is held there. It is proven that there is psychological damage that happens to little boys during that process. Can you imagine? You come into this world, you come through your mother's birth canal, you get out into the world, and then within a couple hours to a day later, you're strapped down. They strap the baby down on this little board. And then they hold him down and they remove the skin with no painkiller, with nothing. And then he's bandaged up. And you know what they do with those awesome little circumcision skins? They make money off of them. So ladies who use all this fancy skincare to take away your wrinkles and make your skin all firm and tight, thank all those little boys' psychological trauma for that. Because that circumcision skin is in your fancy dancy skincare. Yeah. Hospitals make $500 to $1,000 per circ skin. Wow. But we don't think anything of that. We say, oh no, that's to keep the man clean. That's so, it's healthier. All right, FYI, it's a Jewish tradition. So what are we, all Jewish now? Nothing against the Jewish faith. Absolutely nothing against the Jewish faith. But that is the Jewish faith. And somewhere in the 1950s, we decided to all become Jewish. And it's okay. But we can quickly flip to the other side and go, that's not okay for this to happen to little girls, which it isn't okay for it to happen to little girls in other countries or here. But then we can say, oh no, I think that women who get raped or who have a medical condition or who just are not educated enough to have safe sex or who had duty sex with their partner or ended up getting too drunk and having random sex with a dude at a club, and got pregnant from it. No, if she has an abortion, she should be given the death sentence. Yeah. Really? Not against. I am not pro late term abortions. I actually did a whole photo shoot. Funny story there. I did a whole photo shoot a few years ago. Well, it's now been. My son is going to be 6 years old this next year, and I was 6 months pregnant with my 6-year-old Gabriel when my daughter, who does photography, came home one day with a bag full of fake blood. It was October, I think, or November, and the Halloween store was, closing up stuff and getting rid of everything discount. She walks in and she says, Mom, do you want to do a photo shoot? I would really like to do this really cool photo shoot. I bought a bunch of fake blood. So we talked about it and we decided to do a late term economic abortion photo shoot. And all teaching about economic abortions and what happens with the fetuses and with everything like that. Because guess what? Starbucks makes use of those among other companies. Yep, enjoy those frappuccinos, people. But we did this whole photo shoot, and it is one of my favorite photo shoots. So powerful. And I'm covered in blood and I'm 6 months pregnant. I'm doing all these different things. I'll have to share some pictures. If you see any of the pictures of me covered in blood with big long black nails, that's the photo shoot that was actually based on the economic abortions. But we did this whole thing. Well, guess what? That's not okay. Who aborts a baby the day before the baby's due? China. China does. China makes women give birth to dead babies and then lets them lay in bed with them. Lets them run the full term. And lets them carry. Kills the baby right before. It's a fucking baby. That's okay. Late term abortions is okay. But a woman who gets raped or has a medical condition and can't probably fulfill the term or something, no, she should have the death sentence. No. Guys, yeah. Oh, let's fine men every time they masturbate. What kind of fucking goofy law is this? Who even came up with this? Who the fuck came up with that one? How are you going to track that shit? I know some of my clients masturbate 5-6 times a day at the office place because they're so stressed out that this is the way to do it. FYI, guys, if that's you, it's not healthy. But that's another topic. Fining $100? I read a post. I actually screenshotted it. And somebody had posted, a woman can make one baby every year. So over the course of 12 months, a woman can give birth to one child. A man can make probably the potential of 100 plus babies. Shit. A guy, as many women as he can sleep with and that he can hit that's fertile, he can make a baby. So how many more babies can the guy actually make than the woman? But we're going after the women. On the opposite side of things, we have certain politicians and leaders that believe that groping women on the street, that the women should be grateful for it. And that he thinks that his own daughter, not mentioning names, but we all know who I'm talking about, is nothing more than just good for that too. Now, maybe I've thrown out my political views. I actually loved his show. Learned a lot from his show back when he was into the Hollywood mode. Read his book eons ago that he wrote about becoming a president. Yeah, I'm going here. I'm going here this morning. Kendall on controversy, just stepping out on all this shit. The point is that it's really not about our president. It's not about the leaders. This shit's been going down for a long ass time. It has been around us. It is part of a master plan. You have to realize that no matter who the president is, no matter who our leaders are, that they're not really the leaders. They're just puppets. Okay? They're just puppets. There's other players that are out there. The best thing, everybody who has the ability, who can read, who has internet access, who has half a brain cell, could do is to get fucking educated and to start communicating and to stop being scared of your neighbors. And don't look at every single person that's on the street as though they're there to get you, because they're not. There's far more good people than bad people. Far more good people. And you know what? This funny little thing happens. Whatever you focus on grows. And you know what? If you focus on the good in people, people have a really great way of showing they're good. And if you focus on the bad in people, people have a really great way of showing they're bad. If you focus in on being the victim and everything happening to you and you pointing and blaming, then this other funny little thing happens. You just become the victim. You do. Situations, people, events all happen that will victimize you. You want rape to grow? Really, really get hardcore focused on a whole bunch of different stuff, on the negativity. Make really, crash women's rights. Tell them that they're not in charge of their bodies. Oh, another little tidbit fact that just popped up because this is a major topic right now, right? But another little thing that came through is that a woman who's been raped, cannot go after the rapist for child support, but the rapist can come after the woman for visitation rights and custody. Yeah. Not cool. Not cool. Our world is, very, very fucked up. Our United States, because I live in the United States, is very, very fucked up right now. I'm pretty sure that the leaders that have done so many great things for our world and our country are rolling over in their graves, and if they are reincarnated, are just, their souls are going, ugh. And at the same time, everything's perfect. Everything's exactly the way it's supposed to be. It's a movement, it's an energetic shift. There's an awareness forming. But you've got to want to have the awareness. You've got to want to give a shit about something more than what's on Netflix. About something more than what's in your refrigerator and how much alcohol you're drinking and if it's the 5 o'clock hour or not and can you escape this job or not. You've got to actually give a shit about being a conscious, mature, emotionally sound, communicative, harmonic, balanced, whatever word you want to use there, human being. And stop giving a shit about what somebody's hair color is, what eye color they are, what skin color they are, what religion they are, how much they weigh, how tall they are, where they work. Sure, statistics are out there. Statistics are also fucked. You can find a stat to prove anything. And you can find a stat to go against another stat very easily. Much like the Bible, right? That's what statistics are. You can find something for everything. Common sense, that's hard to play. That's where you cannot find common sense. In today's world, we do not teach common sense. We teach children how to pass tests. We don't teach them how to sign their name, so they can't sign any legal documents. But who cares anyways? Everything's done on the computer, and we just do a little squiggle, and it's good. It's accepted. So we don't actually need to know what cursive is. We don't actually need to sign our fucking name. We change our math every year. We change our history every 3 years. Talk to California about that one. That's where all the books get written and things that get sent out to the schools come from. Yeah. We do all this different stuff. But we don't teach common sense. We don't. We sit around and we avoid common sense. We avoid responsibility. Because that means that we have to actually get to know ourselves. That means that we have to take responsibility for our own actions, for our own feelings, for the way our life is turning out. Yeah. Ooh, scary, scary. It's called maturity. It's called adulting. Something that we have forgotten how to do. And you know the sad fact is, if not enough people figure out how to adult, figure out how to become conscious, figure out how to be responsible for themselves, get to know themselves, if not enough of us do that, do you know what happens? We all fucking lose. We all lose. Because right now, we live in a world that has us believing that we should give away our liberties. We should give away our rights in order to save ourselves. We're put in a place of fear so that something can be taken from us. Because people who are fearful will give away everything to try to stay safe. And when you fear your neighbors and you fear everything out there in the big bad world, you're a sheeple. You are a fucking sheeple, as I say. Sheep. Led to slaughter. So, I'm not going to sell you anything today. I'm not going to spiritually talk to you today about anything. I'm going to tell you, pull your head out of your ass. I'm going to tell you, get fucking conscious. I'm going to say, look in the mirror. Are you happy with your life? Are you being the change that you want to see in this world? Like Gandhi proclaimed, be the change that you want to see in this world. You know, I carry that with me every single day. It's been on my finger for about 12 years now. 10, 12 years. And it is that Gandhi quote. Be the change that you want to see in the world. More people tried to do that, it'd be a different world. And get freaking educated on what's really going on. And don't let yourself be derailed, detoured into all this bogus bullshit stuff that's out here, that's getting you to feel like you're in Hollywood every single day and scaring the crap out of you. Oh, I'm in a horror movie. Oh, I'm on Desperate Housewives. Oh, I'm on this real life TV show now. That's what our lives are kind of like. That's what the media would have us focus on. That's what our government would have us focus on. You have a choice. You have a choice. I have a choice. The choice is to be responsible and conscious, or to be blind and dumb, retarded. And no offense to anybody who has, I mean, that's a term that, you know, I know it's like, who, it's like racist terms and stuff, oh my God. We live in a world where every single person gets offended so damn easily. And I'm sure that I've offended a whole bunch of people, and we'll see if this post even lasts very long enough for it to get downloaded and moved and saved, because I'm sure I've offended some people and pissed some people off. Sorry, not sorry. In my heart of hearts, I believe that we all want a better world. We do not want our children growing up in a world that is lost to the chaos. But if we believe that the chaos is all that we have to live for, if we believe that life is chaos, if we believe that life is about victimhood, if we believe that life is about shame, if we believe that life is about fear, and we buy into those programs, then that's exactly what we're leaving behind for our children. That's exactly what we're leaving behind for generations and generations and generations. And we lose. We lose. Humankind loses. So there you go. That's all I got for this morning. I'm going to go make breakfast. I'm going to go and write some positive affirmations. I'm going to go and freaking meditate and see if I can pull myself out of this, like, what the fuck is going on with our world mindset that I was blessed with this morning, just because of just like this random stuff. I'm grateful for it because I didn't know what I was going to talk about until God presented this nice streamline effect for me of, hey, boom, 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 Started last night, and I had no idea that it was going to pertain to this morning's conscious coffee, but here it is. Don't buy in to the fear. Don't buy into the drama. Don't buy into the reality TV show. You have a choice. Choose wisely. As always, stop existing, start living. You can follow me at kendallwilliams.com. See you guys tomorrow. Love you.